everyone. So, after just talking about how Copilot can help you create goals and objectives based on the pleps that you put in it, I thought that I would show you how it works. So, here I have a plep that I changed all the names from it, and this is a plep from an IEP that's already being used. So, I didn't actually write this, I just pulled it from his IEP. But basically, in short, the plep talks about, digraphs struggle. It talks about high frequency word struggle. It talks about syllable struggles. It talks about a lot of things that this student could really work on. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste it into Copilot. And the other thing to keep in mind is that I changed it to say think deeper because I really do want it to obviously think deeper. So basically what I'm going to tell it to do is I'm going to say using this present levels of academic achievement and performance, can you create 3 measurable and observable goals that I could use for this student's IEP? I specifically spelled out what the plep is just because I want it to have more information. And basically, the first time I'm literally just going to enter it and see what it does and see what it comes up with. So it's thinking. Okay, so as you can see, what it did was it kind of broke it down, and I kind of like what it did. So it broke it down based on the different things that Billy's struggling with. So the first one, it said phonics and word recognition goal, but it gave us the baseline from the plep, gives us an annual goal, gives us the measurement, and also gives us instructional supports. So let's focus on just the phonics and word recognition goal first. So it says Billy will accurately decode words containing long vowel digraphs and other vowel teams, 2 syllable VC and CV words, compound words, and words with inflectional endings, and curriculum-aligned probes. So the baseline is informal decoding probes show difficulty with long vowel digraphs, VC, CV, 2 syllable words, compound words, and inflectional endings. The annual goal is given a teacher-created word list or curriculum-aligned reading probe of 50 targeted words, Billy will correctly decode 40 out of 50 words, 80% accuracy across 3 consecutive monthly probes. So immediately I am thinking that we need to tweak the goal a little bit because I want it to be more specific. So I like that it was a word list and that aligned to the curriculum, but I want it to specifically say what he's decoding. So like if you go back up to the top, it talks about long vowel digraphs and vowel teams, but also 2 syllable words. To me, if I was creating this pleb, those would be different words, or those would be different goals. So basically the digraph goal would be different. The vowel team's goal would be different. So now I'm going to ask it to change that. So for the phonics and word recognition goal, break the different components up and Make sure you state in the goal what he is mastering. Example, will decode 40 out of 50 words with long vowel digraphs. So I gave it an example, obviously, but I've noticed that once you start doing this more, it starts to understand like what you want it to do. This is also my personal computer and my personal Copilot, not my work Copilot, which is why it's not being as precise as I want it to. But now let's see what it does, just focusing on that one. So it changed it to long vowel digraphs and vowel teams. So Billy will accurately decode certain long vowel digraphs and vowel teams. So the annual goal, given a teacher-created list of 50 words that contain long vowel digraphs and vowel teams, Billy will correctly decode 40 out of the 50 words, 80% accuracy on 3 consecutive monthly probes. So as you can see, that's one goal. And then the next goal now is the 2-syllable word goal. So it took my advice, it broke it down into specific goals that targeted specific areas. Did I have to ask it to tweak it a little bit? Yeah. But this is why I said in when I was going through the slide that it's so important that you're still reading these. I didn't take it and just copy and paste the first thing that Copilot gave me. I took it and I read through it and I said, I don't really like this. And then I changed it. So it's so important that you are reading what it's coming up with, because you want to make sure that it's right for your student, but you also want to make sure that it makes sense. I hope that this demo was very informative for you, and thank you for tuning in.